Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to give everyone a live thoughts on the Supercard of Honor 5 show, which was amazing. I'll say that, but I figured I'd just do a combination video here, so I'll talk about the Gold Rush. This is the brand new ROH show that just came out a couple weeks ago. And I have to say, this is kind of like Boiling Point. It kind of reminds you of like your typical house show. It's like a nice family show to attend, and you're not going to get anything amazing, but it kind of felt like a house show. I mean, I imagine this probably came off a lot better live than on DVD. I mean, I know Shawn of Honor was there, so maybe you could add your thoughts on it. But I don't know. I think this crowd was pretty bad. I mean, whenever they go back to Michigan or go back to Detroit, I think they need to go back to the older venue that they used to run in because this crowd was just awful. That's just my opinion. All right, so let's go down the card really quickly. First match, we got Rasche and Rhett Titus. I thought this was watchable. I'm not really high on either guy, but it was okay for what it was. It kept my attention. Next, we had Kenny King taking on Tyson Dukes. And Kenny King looked all right. He had not a lot of nice insecurity kicks, and I thought this was okay. It was fine, maybe 2.5 at the best. I need to see more of Tyson Dukes, though. This wasn't really a great showing from him, but it was okay. Next, we had Corino and Kevin Steen taking on Pee-wee and Player Dose. This is kind of like your disrespectful type of match, just Steen and Corino playing bullies on both of these guys. Player Dose was actually without the mask, so that's pretty much what that was. Next, we had a rematch from Glory by Honor. Petey Williams taking on Austin Aries. Aries cut his typical heel promo before the match, which was nice to see. But this was good. I thought it was okay. Aries hit a pretty nice German suplex off the middle of the off the middle turnbuckle on Petey Williams. Aries actually did hit the Canadian Destroyer on Petey Williams, so that was pretty cool to see. And then Aries kind of got the fluke win on Petey Williams, got the hold of the ropes and got the win. That Petey Williams got back into the ring and did a Canadian Destroyer to Aries. To send the fans home happy. So, this is like 3 stars, nothing really special, but it was pretty fun to watch. Next we have Colt, Cabana and El Generico taking on the House of Truth. House of Truth made their return here, and they worked a pretty methodical, slow-paced match. They pretty much House of Truth pretty much dictated the tempo, and then El Generico got the hot tag. This is a fun match, though. The second half of the match is really fun, really picked up. And Corino came out after the match to cut a heel promo on El Generico. So that was pretty good. Next we had Roderick Strong taking on Kenny Omega. And kind of disappointing. The crowd was pretty much dead for this match. Kenny Omega needs to make more of a commitment to ROH. I definitely think he does. Even Prazak mentioned on the commentary that he spends way too much time at DDT. I'm not sure if the money's better over there or what. But whatever, man. But Roderick and Kenny Omega had much better matches than this. The match at Battle Los Angeles 2009, Night 2. Definitely check that match out. I love that match. I probably like that match more than most people, but that was a lot better than this. This is probably the weakest match I've seen them have. Maybe 3.5, but I'm kind of being generous. It was still fun to watch, so Roderick looked great, and Kenny Omega's pretty fluid in the ring. So even at their worst, it's still a really good match. Next we had the main event. This was kind of disappointing to me. It just felt really long. I kind of agree with 187 ARS and Instant Classic G1. So we had Tyler Black, the ROH World Champion, teaming up with the Briscoes, the Tag Team Champions, to take on Chris Hero and the American Wolves. And I get what they're going for, to combine all the champions into one match. And it was pretty fun. Very, very slow. Crowd was kind of dead for it, just like the Omega match. But eventually, you get your typical stuff. The Briscoes were pretty good here. They hit the Doomsday Device. There was a really nice, awesome spot where Hero did the elbow, and then Davey did a kick, and then Edwards did his little kick all at the same time, simultaneously. So that was pretty cool. I don't think they really got it as well as they wanted to, but it was good. Black really didn't do anything special that I remember here. So this is like a nice, fun house show. It's not terrible. Pretty easy to sit through. I'll probably give the last 2 matches 3.5 each. So, yeah, this is definitely not something that you should rush out of your way to see. So that's the Gold Rush when we look at it. And let's talk about Supercard of Honor 5 really fast. This was an amazing show. Probably the most crowded New York City show that I've been to so far. I had trouble getting into it. I arrived pretty late, so I didn't get to see the whole Briscoes match. Boss Mahoney actually showed up at the end of the Erick Stevens Grizzly Redwood match, got a great ovation. So next up we have Awesome Kong taking on Sara Del Rey. This is kind of a very, very short match. Nothing really to talk about here. It had a lot of intensity. Probably the greatest women's match in ROH history. I say it was that good. But you know, just a little bit on the short side. I guess they didn't want to kill the crowd for Eddie Edwards and Christopher Daniels. Edwards and Daniels was extraordinary. I thought I'd probably give it maybe 4 stars, maybe 3 3/4, 4 stars. Because Daniels looked very, very happy out there, and this is the best I've seen Eddie Edwards look. Just great stuff. Daniels cut a very classy promo after the match. I really enjoyed this. Can't wait to see this again on DVD. So the ovation when Daniels came out, he was like really soaking it all in. So next up we had. After intermission, we went to Austin Aries and Delirious. Austin Aries cut a very, very funny promo. It went over really well. However, I could not really hear everything he was saying because the audio was just so bad in the Grand Ballroom from where I was sitting. So it was pretty cool where I was sitting, though. You know, I got to see Sabu TNA Forever, Instant Classic G1 187, ARS 187. So I saw a lot of the guys that I know from YouTube, and got to see all the guys right by the entranceway. So I never really sat in that area before, so that was cool. Now, the last 3 matches were amazing. All match of the year contenders. Cabana and Steen, great hardcore matches. Great stuff. Amazing. Great storyline match, too. You know, great booking. Steve Corino came out with his son. I mean, it was just amazing. Yeah, definitely a match to see. Probably the best hardcore match that's been done all year by far, from what I remember. And then we had Motor City Machine Guns taking on the Kings of Wrestling. Someone on ROH Message Board said it best. It's like, this is like an example of having like the best sex of your life, only to have like all your parents and your grandparents walking on you. So that's pretty much what I thought of that. But this is amazing. This is going so well. You know, the Motor City Machine Guns. There's no reason why these guys should not be wrestling 25 minutes on every single TNA pay-per-view. I mean, this match was that good. It was excellent. Crowd was really hot for it. This was on its way to 5 stars. So I'll probably say 4 3/4. It's definitely up there. And crowd chanted "fuck the Briscoes." When the Briscoes came out, Briscoes were definitely going to go heel. So we see what happens there. The main event, Tyler Black versus Roderick Strong. This is amazing. I love this match. They gave it their all. They busted their ass. Ending was sick. Great stuff. Definitely sets up a rematch as well. So pretty much went as well as I expected. Met Carrie Silken at the end of the show. Very nice guy. And subscribe to all the guys I mentioned. Instant Classic G1 187, ARS 187, Sabu TNA Forever. So check all those guys out. This was a great show. It's a must-have on DVD. This was the best New York City show since Floor of Honor for sure, and probably the best Supercard of Honor. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe the second best Supercard of Honor ever. I mean, it's possible. Maybe I'll say the first one was still better than this, but it's debatable. So definitely check out this DVD for sure. And check out the Gold Rush. You can pretty much skip it, but if you get it really cheap, it's worth a watch. I'll say that. Maybe like a 7.0, maybe 6.75. Yeah. All right.